Top 3 spices to instantly cleanse your kidneys and flush out toxins fast. Sounds simple, right? But if your feet are swelling, your mind feels foggy, and you're waking up 3 times every night just to use the bathroom, this isn't just getting older. It's your kidneys quietly sending out a distress signal, and ignoring it could cost your energy, your sleep, and even your independence. And here's the thing. Most people completely overlook one tiny habit that can make or break your kidney health. Stick around until the end of this video, because I'm going to reveal it. And trust me, even eating all 3 spices won't be enough without it. Over 37 million Americans are living with kidney damage and don't even know it. Your kidneys filter tens of liters of blood every single day. When they start to falter, your body pays the price. Fatigue, fluid retention, restless nights, and low energy are just the start. As a senior health specialist working with older adults across the U.S., I've seen countless patients diagnosed far too late. The problem isn't just age. It's that early warning signs are subtle, easy to dismiss, and most people assume, oh, that's just getting older. In this video, I'm not just going to show you 3 powerful spices you can safely use at home. I'll also explain exactly how to use them, the right dose, the best timing, potential interactions with medications, and even a 6-week step-by-step plan to track your results. You'll get real, anonymized examples from patients, and I'll point out the signs that mean it's time to see a doctor. Before we jump in, I want to hear from you. How old are you? And do you think this video could help you? Drop your answer in the comments. I make it a point to respond to as many questions as possible. Thank you for joining us at Senior Health Tips, Healthy Aging. Before we dive into the spices, let's take a moment to call out the silent enemies quietly sabotaging your kidneys every single day. These are the habits that sneak up on you. The ones you barely notice, but over time, they pile on stress and damage. First up, hidden sodium. Those seemingly harmless deli meats, canned soups, or frozen meals. They're sneaky salt bombs. Your kidneys have to hold on to water to balance all that sodium, which raises blood pressure and puts relentless pressure on those tiny filtering units called nephrons. Then there's added sugar. The sugar in sodas, sweetened coffee, pastries. It spikes your blood sugar, triggers oxidative stress, and keeps your kidneys working overtime to cope with chronic inflammation. Over years, it quietly chips away at kidney function. NSAIDs like ibuprofen or naproxen are another culprit. Taken too often, they reduce blood flow to your kidneys, making those hard-working filters less efficient. Lack of movement and excess weight? They aren't just about the scale. Sedentary habits raise your risk for diabetes and high blood pressure, 2 of the biggest stressors for your kidneys. And finally, water, or the lack of it. Too little, and your kidneys struggle to flush toxins. Too much at once, especially before bed, and you risk electrolyte imbalances and interrupted sleep. I've seen it firsthand. A 68-year-old patient, eating mostly processed foods and skipping daily walks, suddenly had rising creatinine levels. Simple changes, more water, balanced meals, and gentle daily movement, showed measurable improvements within weeks. Knowing these silent enemies is crucial. Because here's the truth. Those 3 spices we'll cover, they work wonders. But if you don't face these kidney saboteurs head-on, the benefits are only temporary. Now let's move to number 3. A spice that might just surprise you. Number 3. Cayenne pepper. Yep, that's right. A little spice might just give your kidneys a boost. You might be thinking, cayenne? Really? How can something so hot actually help my kidneys? Well, stick with me, because the science is surprisingly simple and fascinating. Cayenne contains capsaicin, the compound that gives it heat. But heat isn't just a kick to your taste buds. It's a mini circulatory superhero. Think of your kidneys as a delicate garden. Blood vessels are the tiny irrigation pipes that deliver nutrients and oxygen. Capsaicin gently widens those pipes, improving blood flow so every corner of your kidney gets nourished and oxygenated. Better circulation means your kidneys can work more efficiently, flush out toxins more effectively, and handle stress without being overwhelmed. But that's not all. Capsaicin has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, which are like shields for your kidney cells. It helps calm down oxidative stress, those pesky free radicals that silently damage tissue over time, and may even slow the process of fibrosis, the scarring that gradually stiffens kidney tissue. Imagine a small patch of garden soil slowly hardening over time. Capsaicin acts like a gentle rain that softens it, keeping it healthy and fertile. Now, research is still evolving. Lab studies and some observational data suggest clear benefits for kidney blood flow and inflammation markers. Evidence in humans is promising but limited, so it's important to be mindful and realistic. Think of it as an extra tool in your kidney support toolkit. Powerful, but not magical on its own. Here's how to use it safely. Start small, just 1/8 teaspoon a day. That's literally a tiny pinch sprinkled on your eggs, stirred into a warm bowl of soup, or even mixed into salsa. If you don't tolerate heat well, try a creative trick. Warm cayenne honey. A teaspoon of honey with just a hint of cayenne. It's sweet, soothing, and still delivers the benefits. For smoothies, try this simple combo. Half a banana, half a cup of berries, a teaspoon of flaxseed, and a tiny pinch of cayenne. Start gentle, and if your body responds well, you can gradually increase to about 1/4 teaspoon daily. A quick word of caution. If you have severe acid reflux, ulcers, or are on medications that affect stomach lining or blood clotting, check with your doctor first. Even though it's natural, it can be strong, and safety comes first. I've seen subtle but encouraging results anecdotally. One 70-year-old patient, initially hesitant about anything spicy, started adding tiny amounts to breakfast over a few weeks. Their circulation improved slightly, they reported feeling warmer and more energized, and follow-up labs showed stable kidney markers. A reminder that small, consistent steps can add up. And here's the teaser. Cayenne takes care of the blood flow, the irrigation system of your kidneys. But to actually flush out accumulated toxins, we need something else entirely. Number 2. Parsley, Rao Muay Thai. You might be surprised, but those little green sprigs you often push aside on your plate could actually be a secret ally for your kidneys. Think about it. How often do we just eat what looks good, without realizing that the smallest, simplest things can make a real difference? Well, parsley is one of those quiet heroes. Let's start with the science, in plain English. Parsley contains flavonoids and vitamin C, compounds that work gently as a natural diuretic. That means it helps your body produce a steady, manageable stream of urine, flushing out toxins without shocking your system. Imagine your kidneys as a network of drains under your sink. Parsley? It's the little stick that pops open the drain cover, letting water flow smoothly and keeping things from backing up. That's kidney support in a way you can actually feel. Research backs this up, though mostly small studies or observational reports. Some reviews have found that parsley can increase urination slightly, and even improve kidney function markers in certain cases. Big clinical trials in older adults are limited, so it's not a miracle cure, but it's a low-risk, practical tool you can use at home. Here's how you can incorporate it easily. Fresh is best, 1 to 2 tablespoons per day. That's roughly a small handful, stirred into salads, omelets, or even mixed into a pesto for fish or pasta. Fancy a tea? Steep 2 tablespoons of fresh leaves in hot water for 10 minutes, 1 to 2 times per week. For a simple detox smoothie, try this. 1 handful parsley, 1/2 cucumber, 1/2 apple, 1 cup water. Blend and enjoy. It's refreshing, subtle, and your kidneys will thank you. A few precautions. If you have a history of oxalate kidney stones or are pregnant, keep the intake moderate. Parsley has oxalates and may stimulate the uterus in high doses. Also, if you're taking strong prescription diuretics, check with your doctor before adding large amounts, just to be safe. And yes, there's anecdotal evidence. One patient, 68, started adding a handful of parsley to breakfast smoothies and meals. Within 48 to 72 hours, they reported more frequent, comfortable urination, less bloating, and even a lighter, more energetic feeling. Labs remained stable, but the subjective improvement was clear. Tiny steps like this can make a surprisingly big difference in daily comfort and kidney health. Number 1. Ceylon Cinnamon, Hai Kon Goi La Kwe That. Now this might surprise you. The very spice you sprinkle over your morning oatmeal or stir into your coffee could actually act as a shield for your kidneys, but only if you pick the right kind. That's the catch. Not all cinnamon is created equal. Let's break it down in plain language. Cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, a natural compound with antioxidant properties. Think of it as a tiny bodyguard for your nephron, the microscopic filters in your kidneys. After a meal, blood sugar spikes can stress those delicate filters, especially if you have diabetes or prediabetes. Cinnamon helps smooth out those spikes, reducing oxidative stress and inflammation along the way. Imagine your nephron as a fragile paper filter. Cinnamon lays a protective coating over it, helping it withstand acids, toxins, and the wear and tear of daily life. Now here's an important distinction. Ceylon versus Cassia cinnamon. Cassia, the common supermarket variety, contains high levels of coumarin. Taken in large doses over months or years, coumarin can strain the liver. Ceylon, also called true cinnamon, has much less coumarin, making it safer for daily use. How do you tell the difference? Ceylon sticks are lighter, softer, and curl in multiple thin layers. The aroma is sweet and subtle, not harsh. Look for reputable brands that clearly label Ceylon or true cinnamon. It's worth the extra $1 to protect your kidneys. Research supports these benefits, though modestly. Several studies have shown that regular Ceylon cinnamon intake can help stabilize post-meal blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce markers of oxidative stress. But remember, it's not a medicine, and results vary. Think of it as part of a lifestyle toolkit, not a miracle cure. How to use it safely. Start with 1–2 teaspoons daily, and gradually increase up to 1 teaspoon if you tolerate it well. Sprinkle it over coffee, oatmeal, or yogurt. Steep a stick in hot water for a warming cinnamon drink. Blend into smoothies for a subtly sweet kick. For people taking blood sugar-lowering medications, monitor your levels. Cinnamon can amplify the effect. And if you have liver concerns, make sure it's Ceylon, not Cassia. Here's an example from my practice. A patient in her early 70s began adding 1–2 teaspoons of Ceylon cinnamon to her breakfast routine. Over a few weeks, her post-meal blood sugar stabilized slightly. She reported more steady energy, and her morning fatigue lessened. Labs remained monitored. But the subtle improvements made a real difference in daily life. And importantly, she felt empowered to care for her own body. You can sprinkle all 3 kidney-boosting spices you like, but without enough water, they're like soap without water. They just can't do their job. That's right. Water is the silent hero in this story. It provides the volume your kidneys need to flush out waste efficiently. Without it, toxins become concentrated, stress builds on those delicate nephrons, and over time, the risk of kidney damage rises. Think of it like trying to wash dishes with a teaspoon of water. No matter how good the soap is, the job just isn't done. Here's a simple rule to keep things practical. About half your body weight in ounces per day. For example, if you weigh 160 pounds, aim for roughly 80 ounces of water spread throughout the day. Don't gulp it all at once. Pace yourself. Sip steadily, drink a glass 30 minutes before meals, and avoid large amounts right before bed, so your sleep isn't interrupted by midnight bathroom trips. Want to make it enjoyable? Add a slice of lemon, some cucumber, or a few mint leaves. These little touches make staying hydrated feel like a treat rather than a chore. A quick caution: if you have heart disease, kidney issues, or any condition requiring fluid restriction, don't just double up without consulting your doctor. Water is powerful, but in certain cases, more isn't always better. Here's the magic mini hook. Water is both the foundation and the test. As you gradually increase your intake, notice how often you need to go to the bathroom. That's actually a good sign. It shows your kidneys are waking up, doing the work they were designed to do. It's simple, yet incredibly revealing. Combine this with your spices, and suddenly all those small daily choices add up to a kidney-supporting routine that's actually noticeable. You might be surprised, but some foods that mask as healthy are quietly putting your kidneys under stress, especially if you're eating them every day. Let's break it down. First, hidden sodium. Those seemingly innocent deli meats, canned soups, and packaged meals can easily sneak 400 milliliters or more per serving. Your kidneys have to work overtime to manage the extra salt, holding on to water and pushing blood pressure up. It's like asking a delicate filter to strain concrete. Reading labels and aiming for low-sodium versions can make a huge difference. Next, oxalate-rich foods, spinach, beets, and even almonds. In moderation, they're fine, but daily overload increases the risk of kidney stones. Think of your kidneys as tiny plumbing pipes. Too much oxalate, and they start to clog. Then there's added sugar and sugary drinks. Beyond the waistline, sugar spikes your blood glucose, triggers oxidative stress, and fuels low-grade inflammation, all silent contributors to gradual kidney damage. And for some, overdoing animal protein can stress kidneys, especially if there's already reduced function. It's not about cutting protein entirely, but balancing portions and combining with plant-based sources to ease the workload. Smart swaps make a difference. Try roast turkey slices low in sodium instead of deli meat, or a homemade broth with fresh herbs instead of canned soup. Swap almonds for a smaller portion or alternate with walnuts. Even small tweaks to breakfast, lunch, or snacks add up to meaningful protection over time. Now that you know the silent saboteurs, the kidney-boosting spices, and the role of water, it's time to tie everything together into a clear, actionable plan. One you can follow step by step and actually feel the difference. Don't expect miracles overnight, but if you commit to 6 weeks, you can start noticing subtle yet meaningful changes in your kidney health. Let's break it down week by week so it's practical, simple, and easy to follow. Week 0. Preparation. Start by checking your baseline. That means recording weight, blood pressure, blood sugar, and key kidney markers like creatinine, eGFR, and albumin to creatinine ratio. Take note of symptoms too. How often you wake up at night to urinate, any swelling in your ankles or feet. This snapshot will help you see real progress later. Weeks 1 to 2. Begin gently. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of Ceylon cinnamon to your morning coffee or oatmeal, and toss a small handful of fresh parsley into meals. Start a structured hydration schedule. 1 glass before breakfast, 1 mid-morning, 1 before lunch, and so on. Keep a simple journal. Number of bathroom trips, urine color, and daily energy levels. This tracking helps you notice subtle shifts that often go unnoticed. Week 3. If you tolerate it, introduce a tiny pinch of cayenne pepper, about 1/8 TSP. Begin optimizing your diet. Reduce sodium, cut back on added sugar, and focus on whole, unprocessed foods. Weeks 4 to 5. Adjust spice amounts based on how you feel, and start light physical activity. A 10–15-minute walk after meals can boost circulation to your kidneys and help support detoxification. Small steps here have a surprisingly big impact. Week 6. Assessment. Repeat your lab tests and compare with your baseline. Review your symptom diary. Notice any reduction in nighttime urination, swelling, or fatigue. Your urine should appear clearer. And lab markers like creatinine and eGFR may show subtle improvements. If progress is seen, maintain the routine. If not, consult your healthcare provider for next steps. Sometimes the smallest steps make the biggest difference. And that's especially true when it comes to kidney health for anyone over 60. Believe it or not, just 10 minutes of movement a day can literally double the benefits of the spices we've talked about. It's not magic, it's science. Movement improves blood flow, helps regulate blood sugar, and lowers inflammation. That means your kidneys get the oxygen and nutrients they need, and your body can handle toxins more efficiently. Here's a safe, practical approach. Start with 10 to 15 minutes of walking after a meal. Even gentle walking is enough to get your blood moving without overtaxing your heart. Every hour, stand up and move around for 2 minutes. Grab a glass of water, stretch your arms, maybe do a few shoulder rolls. Before bed, a few simple static stretches can relax muscles and prepare you for deeper, uninterrupted sleep. For those with mobility issues, try the chair sit-to-stand exercise. It strengthens legs, improves circulation, and supports kidney-friendly blood flow, all from the safety of your chair. Here's a story. A 75-year-old woman I worked with was hesitant at first. She started with just 5 minutes of walking, barely around her living room. 4 weeks later, she was up to 15 minutes, feeling lighter in her legs, sleeping more soundly, and noticing she wasn't waking as often at night. She told me, "I didn't think a few minutes could change so much, but I feel like my body is thanking me every day." A quick caution. If you have heart problems, check with your doctor first. And stop immediately if you experience chest pain, dizziness, or shortness of breath. But for most older adults, gentle, consistent movement is one of the most underutilized tools to support kidney function. When it comes to your kidneys, asking the right questions at the doctor's office can save you time, frustration, even your life. It sounds simple, but so many people leave appointments unsure, missing the key details that could make a real difference. So let's talk about the questions that matter. First ask, should I get my kidney function tested now? Even if you feel okay, early detection is everything. A simple blood or urine test can reveal changes before symptoms show up, giving you a head start on protecting your kidneys. Next, if you're experimenting with the 3 key spices we've discussed, cinnamon, parsley, cayenne, ask, could adding these interact with my current medications? Some supplements and herbs can subtly affect blood sugar, blood pressure, or blood thinning, and it's always safer to double-check. Another important question. Do I need to limit my water intake? Hydration is crucial, but if you have heart issues or certain kidney conditions, too much water can be just as risky as too little. Your doctor can guide the right balance for your body. And of course, know when to pause or seek help immediately. Severe abdominal pain, persistent nausea, unexpected swelling, blood in your urine, or any allergic reactions are red flags you should never ignore. Don't wait. These are signals your kidneys may need urgent attention. Finally, preparation is key. Bring a complete list of medications, a food and water diary, and your most recent lab results. This gives your doctor the full picture, so they can provide tailored advice rather than guesswork. Remember, your kidneys are talking to you every day, and showing up informed with the right questions is the single most effective way to protect them. Mini hook. With these questions in hand, you're not just a patient. You're an active participant in your kidney health journey, ready to make the next steps count. Let's tackle some of the most common questions I get about these kidney-friendly spices. Can I use store-bought cinnamon powder? Absolutely. But make sure it's Ceylon cinnamon, not cassia. The difference matters. Ceylon has much lower coumarin, so it's safer for daily use, especially long-term. Look for a trusted brand and a nice, sweet aroma. Is parsley juice better than using it in food? Juice can concentrate nutrients, but for most people, adding fresh parsley to meals or teas provides plenty of flavonoids and vitamin C to support gentle detox without overdoing it. It's easier to digest and incorporate consistently. Can I just use more to speed things up? It's tempting, but more is not always better. Overdoing cinnamon, parsley, or cayenne can irritate the stomach, affect blood sugar, or interact with medications. Stick to recommended daily amounts and increase slowly if needed. Are there interactions with diabetes meds or blood pressure drugs like ACE inhibitors? Potentially, yes. Cinnamon can lower blood sugar, cayenne may affect circulation, and parsley has mild diuretic effects. Always check with your doctor before making changes. Remember, the goal is steady, safe support for your kidneys, not a quick fix. A little consistency goes a long way. Remember the essentials. Cinnamon protects, parsley flushes, cayenne improves circulation, and none of it works without water and gentle movement as your foundation. Your kidneys work quietly behind the scenes every single day. The choices you make today can determine your independence and energy years from now. Small, consistent steps often create the biggest impact. Tomorrow morning, start simple. 1-2 teaspoons of Ceylon cinnamon in your coffee, 1 full glass of water before breakfast, and a 10-minute walk after lunch. These tiny habits set the stage for long-term kidney health.